Okay, we're live now, Mohammed. So hello and good afternoon. Well, it's afternoon my time. It looks like it's evening your time. How are you?
I'm good. And what about
Yes.
you?
Yes. No, I'm good. It's middle of the week for me, and plenty been happening here. But I really wanted to catch up with you and speak to you about you as an entrepreneur and what you've been doing in starting your own business. I know we've been doing some work together, and you've set up your own web design agency. You're working with clients, and really, I wanted to ask you just a bunch of questions so that our audience are mainly people looking at starting a business, can gain some insights from you. And in particular, I want to frame these questions around your design business. So I'm going to put some questions on the screen, and maybe we can discuss them. It's just a general informal chat here. So first of all, your web design company. Um, could you maybe talk to us a little bit about what inspired you to set up your company and some of the challenges that you faced, from before you had the company, so doing a bit of freelance work, into actually running now your own company?
Yeah, and Simon, I have started freelancing 5 years ago, and I have worked with my class fellows, and we were a team of 5 people, 5 class fellows, and we were doing freelancing separately, and we have different skills. Like I am a web developer, other two are SEO experts and content writer, and so on. And we decided together to have all of these services together, and
Right.
so that's what we started our company, a small agency with the name WebRite Solutions, and that's what we are running right now. But we also face some challenges, like uh, in start, lack of clients, and some of other things, because we were uh, not supposed to be provide all services at time, and that's all. And once we decided to start a company, now we are providing the services to all of the clients, and we are getting more clients. We have set up our team for lead generation, we have set up our team for different tasks, like web development, SEO, and we have assigned tasks to our team.
That's wonderful. So your team are playing different roles. You're recognizing that you need to recruit clients as well as service clients, and it's become a more structured company rather than you yourself having to do everything. In terms of what inspired you, why design? Why web design? Was there anything particular you did in your education that you thought that's what I really want to do, or was it something that you stumbled into? Many entrepreneurs just stumble into things. What inspired you, Mohammed?
No, I was a fond of computer from childhood, and I have studied computer science my whole career, and that's what is my passion. I love coding, so I decided to start with content writing first, and then I get back to my web design, my passion,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm doing today.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's very inspiring. I wanted to also talk to you a little bit about, you're helping startups, so you're helping early stage companies as well as more established companies, and our audience is the startup world as such. Maybe you could talk about some of, we all like to brag about how well we've done when we've done a really good job, but the startup world is full of doing experiments where we make mistakes and learning from them, and these stories are really important to us as we grow as entrepreneurs. Maybe you could talk about some of the mistakes you see startups making with their websites, and how they can avoid them. A little bit of advice along these lines.
Yeah, I have visited visited many websites of different startups, and they run up behind best design, like a beautiful design, but they ignore their clear call to action. They ignore the different functionalities. They just go behind the beautiful websites, and that's not what the websites that convert. You have to focus on functionalities. You have to focus on UX, experience, and user interface. And that's what most of clients and most of startups just say. If their websites are beautiful and appealing, they ask it they said it to be a good website, but that's not. You have to consider on its speed. You have to consider its user experience and few more things.
So in terms of sort of your experience, what are the key elements that not only make it visually experienced but effective in driving clients and conversions? I'll just put that up on here just to as so you can focus on the question. But it's you've alluded to that it's not just how the website looks, but its functionality. Maybe you could go into a little bit more detail about driving conversions.
Yeah, you should first focus on setting up the tunnels, sale tunnels. Like you should engage the visitor about your services. It's not just about the design. You have to provide and fill the user the information that you really need, that the user becomes your lead, and that's what that converts the client, the visitor, into client.
Got it. We've got a question actually come in from the audience, from Amira. Now, why would someone choose my service over existing alternatives? Why would they choose you, for instance, over the existing alternatives? We're in a competitive marketplace now.
Yeah, it's a competitive market, but you have to make sure you have your one sale point, and that's what you have to consider. Service like if someone is offering free for first of all, I talk about web design. So I have seen many people that design the website for free and then charge per month. The business owner that keeps it, they charge per month fee, and that's it. Some of the web designer, they charge only the website fee once they design, most of the web designer. And so they build their own unique sale point. So that's it, that makes you that makes someone to choose you. And main thing is your deliverables. Like you should deliver the best quality service, and that's more important. Unique sell point is important, but the most important thing is your service, your quality of service, the quality of work you provide to them.
I like that, Mohammed, because a lot of the differentiation between products, when companies differentiate, they differentiate by either being better, faster, or cheaper. And better is a much better differentiator than being cheaper, unless you obviously clients can't afford your service. So but highlighting customer service is really important. Let me move back to our questions. And great question, Amira. Really love questions like this. If anybody's got other questions, please put them in the comments, and myself and Mohammed will have a go at answering them.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so Mohammed, scalability. So websites, startups want to grow. That's they're at the stage where they've got the most potential, and I guess what you don't want to do is build a website that doesn't represent the ambitions and the growth potential of the client. So how do you approach scalability when designing websites for startups?
Can you repeat the question?
I didn't. So if you design a website and the client's only got let's say 10 customers, and it's working perfectly for 10 customers. But let's say that suddenly the business takes off and they get 100,000 customers in 6 months. I guess the website that was originally designed isn't designed for 100,000 customers. So how do you approach designing websites that can scale?
So first of all, the main thing is, can I have some time? Someone is knocking at the door.
Okay.
But just 1 minute. I'm sorry for disturbance.
Okay, and if anybody's got any questions in the audience, please feel free to put them in the comments. We'll have a go at answering them in the comments. Okay, Mohammed, scalability. We can't hear you, Mohammed. You're on mute.
The main thing that comes in scalability is responsiveness and in something like resources. You have to invest in your resources like hostings, and so that your hosting can handle many visitors. Like if you get most of the visitor, you are hosting, and domain should handle this. So we should also, I myself prefer designing the best website that are usually have good user interface and user experience. So that's it.
Okay, so you don't design in scalability at the beginning. You're just focused on the beginning parts. And in terms of your focus, I know we've done some work. We at 12 Ronnies, we have a WordPress site and we use Eliminator. Why do you focus a lot of your development using WordPress and Eliminator? And what are the advantages of this platform for early stage businesses?
So you can say about 46% of websites are built on WordPress. So most of the business prefer using WordPress for the first websites, and they want it to be more professional. Even the most popular brands like Sony and some other brands also use WordPress because it's very easy to manage. A non-technical person can also manage it. So in terms of designing, if in start a business only focus on less investment, so on side things like even on building a website, they want to spend less money so that they can preserve the money and you use them as an business investment. So I focus on low price but high quality. So it's very easy for non-technical person to manage the WordPress sites because its interface is far easier as compared to other CMS platforms and coding. So I prefer Elementor for designing because here you get all the widgets designed, and if a non-technical person tries to make some changes in the website, he don't have to contact developer every time, and he can do a small changes themselves. So I get
that in that it's I've seen when we've been working on the WordPress site that I've been able to make some changes. Sometimes I've asked you, how do I do that? And then I can actually, as a non-technical person, go in and make some of those changes. So I've seen that as a benefit of WordPress and particularly Eliminator.
And also it's the most used CMS. So in terms of clients, this is the niche where I get most of the clients. So I prefer, it's also easy, and also it drives more clients. So I prefer using WordPress and Elementor.
Well, that makes sense as an entrepreneur because you're going to where the biggest client pool is. number of
Yeah.
WordPress sites. So that makes a lot of sense in focusing on that. I'd like to ask some questions now about sort of challenges and the future. So first of all, so far, what's the most challenging project that you worked on so far, and what did you learn from it that the audience can benefit from?
The most challenging project was about 1 hour ago, and I just delivered that.
Right.
Um, I
Well, tell us
didn't
about
read.
it. Tell us about it.
Yeah,
Why was it challenging?
I I didn't read the requirements completely. I read the requirements, but that was the one side of the requirement. And once I have done the project and I handed over the project to the client, they asked me to do a bunch of revisions again and again. And it's been 3 months on a website. And I delivered that website 3 months ago. And finally, I delivered the last revision 1 hour ago, and he
Right.
asked for again revisions, and that's it.
Yeah. So what did you learn from that? What would you do differently with the client next time?
So I have decided to not over commit the clients. Like, don't go. I just commit to design according to their requirements, not beyond their requirements, because they expect that they will. I personally work according to the budget, like what is gonna be the budget of the client. So I have to work according to the budget. So if I have took a large budget from my client, I have to deliver the most valuable thing to most valuable website to him. And if I have a short price project, I have to deliver the same price product. So next time I will make sure to not overcommit the client, that I will also do this, I will also do this, and that's it.
So this challenging client didn't budget for all the revisions that
Yeah,
needed to take place.
most of all the low budget clients bother us the most, because a high budget client set up their expectations according to the budget, and when low budget client comes, his expectations are as high budget, but he's paying too much. And we use our resources like hosting, domain, and something like this. So we have to maintain our costs, because for what we are running our company. And so
Okay, that's very interesting. So in terms of the customers you're going after, you feel it's better going after those that have much bigger budgets for
no,
you to
no,
be able to
not
deliver.
not bigger budget is not a key, but if they want a good website, they want a best website, then they have to manage their resources. We can compensate on overcharges, but we can't on the resources that we use.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Well, I've got some more questions come in before I go back to my questions, and somebody from LinkedIn has got a question here, so I'll read it out to you, Mohammed. I run a couple of WordPress sites, and I'm not a technical person. That sounds like me. I love the ease of WordPress. It allows me to present a professional website without the professional level cost. I guess there's not a question there. It's somebody reiterating what I found, and it really backs up from what you've said.
That's 100% right, and that's what I said before, that every non-technical person can handle a WordPress website. Just he
Okay.
has to watch a few tutorials.
Yes. Yeah. So you can watch the tutorials and should be able to handle it. And Amira has also asked another question. So what's your top advice for a beginner business? I mean, I had a question further along around that type, but let's have a go at it now in terms of advice. So if if let's say I'm starting out and I'm a beginner business, you've had experience in setting up a business now. What would be your top advice or advices?
So my top advice would be to first go on social media and post it about for 1 month or and build your brand awareness, and then go towards the website. And because website is the most valuable thing that builds the trust for your business. Like if your business has a website, people feel it like more trustworthy because it's also online. Okay, so
Yes.
you, after setting up the social media, you should go towards the website. And in websites you should focus, uh, you should not focus on design, also focus on design, but not too much. You should focus on the user experience, you should focus on the user interface, you should focus on the website speed, and bunch of things more.
Okay, got it. Thank you. And in terms of AI and automation, I wanted to just, because this is the big topic at the moment. AI is
Yeah.
eating the software world, as they say, and I find it absolutely fascinating. I'm a bit advocate of AI. So how's it shaping your industry, and where do you see website development evolving in startups in the next few years? Because I'm sure it's going to have a major impact, people using AI for website development.
Yeah, AI is everywhere, and in next 5 years in web development, is AI is gonna make huge changes. It's also making changes right now, because the work that we had to do in about 1 hour, it does it in about 10 to 15 minutes, and that's it. And it speeds up the website, but it's not something that if not a non-technical person can handle and design a website from AI. So
Right.
even if you are using AI, you should also be a technical person. You have to utilize it properly.
Yeah.
So
Well,
in next 5 years, AI is. I have a lot of questions from other developers too, that AI is gonna replace in next few years. But I said no. If you have skills, AI cannot replace you, because every code, every website is not just a code. You need a human touch. You need to focus on the user experience. Like if a website, if a client, if a visitor comes on your websites, you have to brainstorm and set up the website so that your visitor turns into a client. So AI can help us develop the
yeah.
website, the best websites, but it's not something that will uh, change the web development, and that will end up the career of web developer. I have uh, I have experienced this question very much in
Okay.
on my social media.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm seeing with other things outside of web development that AI is a tool to be used by experts, and whereas people that aren't experts can use it and do something, it's never as good as when the experts are using it. So
Yeah.
I'm seeing that sort of same thing. We've got a question come in from somebody else on the LinkedIn platform. Any recommendations for a good SEO plugin for WordPress?
Yeah.
What would you recommend?
I usually use Yoast and Rank Math, but in terms of uh, more recommended, I will recommend Rank Math, because if you purchase a premium for SEO plugin Rank Math, that would be much better for your business. And that's you can get every feature of in terms of SEO from Rank Math Premium. But if you have a beginner level site, you can also use Rank Math free, and that's enough for a local business. And if you are going to do blogging on your site, because blogging, 55% of websites that have blogs get more traffic as compared to the other website that don't have blogs. So if you are doing blogging on your site, then I would recommend you go with Rank Math Premium. Otherwise, you can use Rank Math free. It's
Okay, and maybe we can follow that up with putting that in the comments, because I'm not sure how that's actually spelt. So what we'll do is we'll put them in the comments on the platform afterwards, as soon as the live stream's over, to spell them. Just got time for one more question, and then we can put these things in the comments. So let me talk about the work that you've done with 12 Ronnies. So you've done some work with us now in putting our website together. What insights did you gain from that experience? What's working with myself and working with the 12 Ronnies on putting together both our homepage and some of the other pages?
Yeah, I love working with 12 Ronnies, and it was my first UK-based company whom I started project as a company. I have worked as a freelancer, but when we have built our company, we were first worked with 12 Ronnies, and as it's a startup-based company, a company that helps startups, we also gain insights from 12 Ronnies. I have also joined the 12 Ronnies platform, and I read the post frequently there, and I have watched a bunch of videos from 12 Ronnie's channel, TikTok, and I have learned about business, like what are the necessary things to run a startup, how to find a co-founder, and some other bunch of things. So after that, I have signed a contract with my co-founder, that Muhammad Rauf, and that's it.
Wonderful. That's really good. I'm really glad that you've gained benefit, but not just from working on our website, but from joining our communities and being part of what we provide. And if anybody wants to see the work that Mohammed does, just go literally to our 12ronnies.com page, and you can see the sort of work that he does. And I guess they can contact you inside the 12 Ronnies community, but maybe you could also, when you put down the SEO recommendations in the comments after this, maybe you could put down your LinkedIn details as well, so people can connect with you there if they want to find some more information. That would be quite useful. Anyway, Mohammed, we're at the end of our live stream now. Thank you very much for joining us, and I look forward to working with you in the future on our WordPress site. So thank you very much,
Sure.
Mohammed.
Thank you very much. Nice working with you, and thank you for having me on this live stream. Thank you very
My
much,
pleasure.
Simon.